Hello again, movie fans! Do you think you know everything there is to know about the weird and wonderful world of movies? Then get your teeth sunk into this. Coming up are 10 questions about some of the biggest movies around, both old and new. And if you can get them all right, then you can consider yourself a serious movie buff. Keep your score as you go along and leave it in the comment section below. But no lying, we will find out if you're lying. Buckle up, here's our latest edition of Screen Rant's Ultimate Movie Quiz. The Goonies looked like it was so much fun to film. The cast had an on-screen chemistry that was second to none, so it's hard to believe any of the cast members didn't really get along in real life. But 2 of them didn't. Do you know which 2 they were? A. Anne Ramsey and John Matuzak, B. Josh Brolin and Carrie Green, or C. Corey Feldman and Martha Plimpton? The answer is C. According to Corey Feldman's autobiography, Choreography, he and Martha Plimpton didn't get along at all. This notion has been confirmed by Plimpton herself, who has gone as far as describing Feldman as a Censored myself in case my mom's listening. At the start of Steven Spielberg's Gremlins, the cinema in the town in which the movie is set in is showing movies called A Boy's Life and Watch the Skies. But do you know which of Spielberg's previous movies actually had those as their working titles? Was it A. E.T. the Extraterrestrial and Close Encounters of Third Kind, B. Amblin and Firelight, or C. Raiders of the Lost Ark and Poltergeist? Survey says A. The names of the 2 movies shown in the fictional town of Kingston Hall were actually the working titles of E.T. the Extraterrestrial and Close Encounters of the Third Kind, respectively. Talk about being self-referential.
This is it. Don't get scared now.
Contrary to the nature of many of his roles as an actor, Joe Pesci is actually a really nice guy. But do you know what Joe Pesci did while filming Home Alone to help Macaulay Culkin think he was mean? Was it A. He had him visit the set of Goodfellas to watch him film a scene as a gangster, B. He completely avoided Culkin on set, or C. He stole his lunch? The answer is B. Although it would be funny to see Pesci running around with his lunch, in order to make Macaulay Culkin think he was mean, just like the character Harry, Joe Pesci deliberately avoided the then child actor on set between takes.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
2008's Cloverfield was a monster movie with a difference, in the sense that it was filmed in the found footage style. But did you catch which images of 3 classic monsters appear in the film? A. King Kong, the Beast of 20,000 Phantoms, and Them. B. Godzilla, the Fly, and Alien. Or C. King Kong vs. Godzilla, Tentacles, and Tremors. A. Images from King Kong, the Beast of 20,000 Fathoms, and Them are hidden in Cloverfield. Each image is shown for just a single frame, so you gotta have a good eye to catch it. We'll put the time codes in so you can find them for yourself. This year, DC's animated feature Batman the Killing Joke got a limited theatrical release and a home video release, but it initially went into production in 2009. Do you know what prompted its initial cancellation? A. Mark Hamill's refusal to reprise the role of the Joker, B. The 2008 death of Heath Ledger, or C. The underperformance of Watchmen at the box office? The answer is C. When Watchmen, another R-rated DC Comics movie, underperformed at the box office in 2009, the planned production of Batman the Killing Joke in the same year was cancelled due to fears of similar commercial reaction. Of course, this is all in a pre-Deadpool era. Here's one for you comic fans. In the epic comic book movie Captain America Civil War, there's a scene in which Ant-Man is fired on an arrow by Hawkeye. This is taken directly from the comic books. But do you know which comic book specifically? A. Tales of Suspense number 57, B. The Avengers number 223, or C. Civil War Frontline number 1? If you think the answer is Civil War, you should keep reading, because the answer is B. It was actually an Avengers comic book, The Avengers number 223, from which that Ant-Man on an arrow scene was taken. The comic in question is from 1963 and has that exact scene as its front cover. 2016 will finally see a release of a sequel to 1999's The Blair Witch Project that is worthy of the name. We try to forget about the 2000s Book of Shadows. It'll be called Blair Witch, but what was the movie's original working title? Was it A. The Chase, B. The Witch, or C. The Woods? The answer is C. The Woods. Blair Witch was originally promoted under the faux title The Woods and was finally revealed as being the 3rd movie in a Blair Witch franchise at the 2016 San Diego Comic-Con. When it comes to aesthetics of his movies, Tim Burton likes consistency. The upcoming Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children will see him collaborating with costume designer Colleen Atwood on a movie yet again. But do you know how many times they've worked together in the past? A. 8 times, B. 10 times, or C. 12 times? The answer is B. 10, which means that Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children marks the 11th collaboration between the costume designer Colleen Atwood and Tim Burton. 1937's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs is still the highest-grossing animated movie of all time, when adjusted for inflation. It was also the highest-grossing film ever for exactly 1 year, after which it was knocked out of the top spot by which movie? A. Gone with the Wind, B. Goodbye Mr. Chips, or C. The Wizard of Oz? Just like the Wizard of Oz might say, if you only had a brain, you would know the answer is A. Gone with the Wind. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was knocked off the top spot by Gone with the Wind, which remains the highest grossing film ever when adjusted for inflation today. The movie adaptation of Max Brooks' brilliant World War Z featured Doctor Who star Peter Capaldi as an actual doctor, and he was listed in the credits as having a very relevant name. What was that name? A. WHO Doctor, B. Dr. TARDIS, or C. Dr. T. Lord? The answer is A. WHO Doctor. Capaldi's character was credited as using the name WHO Doctor. WHO stands for World Health Organization, which was the organization his character worked for. The filmmakers had the inside knowledge that Capaldi would soon be portraying the title role in Doctor Who, and his casting was actually only announced 2 months after World War Z was released to the public. You made it to the end. How well did you do? Thanks for watching and taking part in our latest behind-the-scenes movie facts quiz. Make sure to stop by next week for another awesome quiz full of movie facts you probably know. Let us know what you think of this video in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fun videos like this one.